2024 election honestly is becoming more and more like life or death for this country. I'm going to read you an article from the Washington Press website by Jason Minnick. Unveiled threat. Trump warns his enemies of retaliation after 2024. At times, it's nearly impossible to see how we get to from November 2024 to January 2025 peacefully. After all, the MAGA crowd sees 2024 as their turn to do to us what we did to them, according to the latest threat from Donald Trump. The indicted former president and his MAGA supporters wouldn't abide by a free and fair election in 2020 when only a second term was at stake. What is going to happen when we have a free and fair election in 2024 and the MAGAs believe they are owed an election since in their minds the last one was stolen and Trump's life depends upon winning? Moreover, despite the fact that Joe Biden is as clean a president as we had since Barack Obama, and that Biden hasn't politicized Trump's criminal problems, Donald Trump is doing the opposite, acting as if Biden himself arrested Trump for being Trump. And now, Trump is promising to do so when it is his turn. This is from his Truth Social account, and I quote, "The crooked Joe Biden campaign has thrown so many indictments and lawsuits against me that Republicans are already thinking about what we're going to do to Biden and the communists when it is our turn. They've started a whole new banana republic way of thinking about political campaigns. So cheap and dirty, but that's where America is right now. Be careful what you wish for." Judge Churkin, the federal judge assigned to the January 6th case, has to jump on this. Be careful what you wish for is a threat. It is a Trump-cued threat, playing at the edges, still daring someone to do something to him. Admittedly, she doesn't have a lot of tools. Throwing him in jail only makes him a martyr to his people and may destabilize things worse. The Biden campaign, they haven't filed one lawsuit and certainly hasn't filed a criminal complaint. President Biden hasn't filed anything against Donald Trump, but Trump's interpretation is that Biden acts like Trump acted in office and had the AG, Merrick Garland, and Special Prosecutor Jack Smith on speed dial. Because Trump would if the situation was reversed. If that wasn't bad enough, the conspiracy theorist and psychopathic Nazi Glenn Beck recently asked Trump if he would lock up his opponents this time, as opposed to not locking up Hillary Clinton. Trump's answer? The answer is you have no choice because they're doing it to us. Trump went on to say, "I never hit Biden as hard as I could have." Considering that Trump hijacked U.S. foreign policy and attempted to extort a foreign president to initiate an investigation of Biden, hitting Biden any harder would seem to necessitate a weapon. But notice that there is no talk of a crime here. Trump is simply saying he'll lock up his political enemies because they did to him. Trump sees himself as the one who will be able to locking up Biden and probably Obama and Hillary and everyone else he and his MAGA fans hate. And the only crime will be they prosecuted Trump for his demonstrable crimes. And don't lose track of the use of words, turn, because I don't think they give a damn about the vote in 2024. It was in 2020 when Roger Stone said, "Forget the vote and let's get straight to the violence." And I suspect there will be a lot of people who have that same feeling in 2024. Read what Mark Levin writes in response to a post by the owner and the publisher of this site, and the focus should be on victory of any kind. Now, quoting him, the Democrat Party and its media are literally destroying the country with help from the nether Trumpers and academia. The Constitution and the rule of law are being eviscerated right before our very eyes. There is no way tens of millions of Americans will accept a Biden or Democrat victory of any kind in 2024. And these saboteurs are not only intended to steal the presidency, but the House and Senate too. From the indictments, corrupt Democrat prosecutors and judges, to turn the Constitution inside out, the nation is unraveling. When he says any kind, he means even a very legitimate win, just as happened in 2020. He's telling us that they already don't trust the vote totals. That I presume that they're cheated and will not accept it. So not to ruin your day, mine is ruined every time I consider these matters, but they are telling us that the election itself doesn't matter in 2024, and they know that Donald Trump can't win. They won't accept it, violence. And Donald Trump is not trying to be president again. He's trying to stay out of a prison cell. Do you think he'll recognize any limits? I can't see past November 2024. And unfortunately, I have to agree with this. If Donald Trump does win the election in 2024, this country is going to die. Maybe not all at once, but a piece at a time. Constitutional rights will be destroyed. Then, anyone who says any bad words about Donald Trump or his followers could be imprisoned. They've already made it clear that that's their number one goal, to create a fascist state where one man is king. If Donald Trump loses the election in 2024, if he's even the nominee, then the MAGA will go to war. And I don't mean that as a threat, I mean that as a fact. The MAGA will not accept a country where Donald Trump is not absolute ruler. And I don't mean absolute ruler as in king. I mean absolute ruler in their minds as God. Now we have a chance to stop this. The prosecutions may not be enough. The defiant and the MAGA will still vote for Trump, even if he is in a prison cell. They have made that abundantly clear. People like Nick Adams say they will jump off the Golden Gate Bridge if the vote for Donald Trump. It's only a matter of time before that asshole says, I'm going to kill for Donald Trump. It's only a matter of time before he crosses that line. But here are the facts. Donald Trump is being prosecuted for the crimes he has committed, as any criminal in this country is. But the time for placating him and treating him with kid gloves is over. Donald Trump, in this tweet, this truth on Truth Social, transmitted a direct threat to prosecutors, to judges, to the American people. Lock him up. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.